Thokozani, I am Pabadimu, the advocate of Idlozi, and I welcome you once again to my channel. Well, today we'll be carrying on our spiritual stationery and trying to get deeper because, like I did say that, we're going to try and pack as much as we can of the spiritual journey and hopefully shed some, light and understanding to whatever journey you're embarking on. And just from me to you, I wish you nothing but the best on your different spiritual journeys, because I must say, embarking on a spiritual journey sometimes without any understanding where you're going and what is going on around you can be very, very stressful. So take it one day at a time and do not overwhelm yourself, because this is not a race but a marathon. So coming back to our topic at hand, spiritual stationery, this is going to be the part 2 session. There is a lot of things that I can say on today's video, but I'm going to touch on important aspects and hopefully, dismiss the confusion so that at least you have a clear understanding of what to do and where and how to go about things should you encounter any of the steps I am going to reiterate in this video. So spiritual stationery, on our first video, bengikhulumile ngama-labi or rather amabayi and what the uses are for. So now, then comes the part of amadugu and izipiga and the beads and, amarogo and all these other things. And it is very important to understand that, oh gosh, I always say that it is very important because everything is important, everything is important. There is nothing not important when it comes to izinto zeluzi, So when it comes to lezo zinto lezo, you go to consult or you etc., you're being told that you need to buy a particular spiga or have a dress or fagitugeli ganje or have certain beads. Remember, all these things that we use as spiritual stationery, because as a healer, uyafana nokuthi uyagula and you are waiting to be admitted into the hospital of Dlozi, the hospital of your training, the hospital of whatever gift it is. Le osukubizelwe yona abantu bagini. So now, the regalia or whatever it is that Idlozi lakho is going to show you, it is what is going to propel you or rather assist you ngokula edlozini, because there's certain stages you need to pass before you can get to the final part leading you to the next level, right? So Idlozi will come in your dream and show you, particular things. The mistake people often make is not taking those things into considerations. Lezo zinto lezo, you buy them because that is a representation of Idlozi. And whenever you do your spiritual work or engage in anything of spiritual activity, that is when you're going to need or rather wear lezo zinto lezo, because remember, having a gift, it is something sacred. And it is something sacred. So you cannot be doing izinto zakho zedlozi ni one hand and all of these other things. Uwenza izinto zakho zedlozi ngendlela how idlozi lakho wants you to address or rather represent yourself and dress like ubukeke ngokwedlozi. So a representation of your ancestry or your spiritual gift comes with the regalia. Remember, I did reiterate lento lena yama colors and energies and all these other things, and I'm not here to sit and tell you Guti, if you're gonna dream of something blue or something yellow, that means you have to do this. No, you listen to idlozi lakho and you do as you are told. So now, the basics of idlozi, amadlozi, because they're gonna come in many ways, right? Idlozi lizofika likubonisa amabayi ungawathengi, lifike namanye ungawathengi. Remember, in the school of Idlozi, aguna break, there is no recess. Idlozi is continuously teaching. So if uselele ngasemuva uba nenkinga because whatever Idlozi it is bringing to you at that time, kusuke kuyinto ezokulapha noma ikukhulise ikusize ezintweni zedlozi. So now, let's start with the beads. I did try reiterate on a previous video I did, but now I'm here to unpack it just in a few minutes for you so that at least you can get insight. There is spiritual or ancestral magic the beads we wear, they are very, very important to our spiritual growth and our spiritual, abundance or maturity, whatever you want to call it. Because now, beads nalama bengedilawa serve as healing powers, or rather healing powers in our spiritual journeys. Because uma ugula, right, waiting to be admitted in the hospital of Idlozi, you need ukuthi uveze ukuthi ugula ndlela yiphi, right? And what medication are you taking? And this is the medication. You are on this medication. So if it was like at that particular time, go and buy those beads, because they are what are going to serve as healing powers in whatever stage you are in. And should you, because let me give you a quick, explanation. What they do, they normally put all beads and they tell you and eventually once you these beads and you get left with whatever it was like wants you to wear, or even so. So like I say, ubuhlalo varies from person to person, and what might work for me might not necessarily work for you. I know what might say red and white. Red and white for me, because means this, but for wena, because it might mean something different. So whatever it is prescribing you, because sometimes it tends to be contradictory, because like I did reiterate the last time, this is a symbol of ukuthi, upothulile izinto zakho, and even the number of beads, the type of beads. So it's a lot of things. Nakona, it's like candles. It's got too much admin, so I don't want to open a can of worms. But my take on this is that you listen to Idlozi and you wear what particular beads you need to have, be it a bangle or whatever the case may be, because the safest bet is to have amabengelawa, right? Bangles are important because they too play an important and vital role, because they serve as energies, as healing powers. Because I remember one would say our matambo, but they are an acknowledgement. Oh my gosh, this needs like so much videos, but let's see how far we can get with this. So whatever Idlozi Lakho is going to show you, you wear. But now let me tell you this, ungathi anything that oboniswa Idlozi Lakho, you buy it and you have it and you wear it, where else you are not yet ready for the spiritual journey. I don't know if I'm speaking to someone. Lapho khona endlini, can I get a yes, gogo, ngiyakuzwa? Listen, you cannot be doing zonke izinto Idlozi elithuzenze, meanwhile you knowing very well ukuthi you're not ready and you're not gonna put in the effort, because everything we do in a spiritual journey, it is press motion, it is touch and go, touch and move. So now you cannot be dreaming of blue beads or a fire and then chill and carry on with life. No, you cannot be doing that. You need to have those beads, because immediately umuzenza lezo zinto noma ufaka lobo buhlalo or uhambe wenza lamabhayi, whatever the case might be, you are responding to Idlozi Lakho and saying, Mntomdala, ngiyakuzwa, asambi. You understand? But the minute you saying you buying those beads and uzbege or lezo zinto uzbege or wear these beads and not do anything with them, because these are unlockers to your spiritual power. Kunabantu they don't understand ukuthi amandla wakho wathole ekuthwaseni. You are born with your powers, but sometimes kubalulekile ukuthi uhambe uyoqeqeshwa so that you can use your powers well, because you are not yet groomed. Some people are even able to use their powers without even going to training. Oh! Now that is a power of Idlozi. You never know how Idlozi Lakho is going to work. People are always complaining, I'm never connecting Idlozi Lakho. Idlozi Lakho is never saying anything. I always ask, what has idlozi lakho been saying? How have your dreams been? The constant thing is ngizophupha ugogo athi ugogo angibonisa this or ngiphuphe ngenza so or then iphupho lakhona lipheleli, because you need to listen to your dreams. Dreams are important. If you're watching this video and you do not have a dream book where you write down your dreams, you need to wake up tomorrow and go get yourself a book. Write your dreams, because even if sometimes you do not understand them, you are easily able to connect the dots. This is what I dreamed of, and on the 5th this was connecting me to something, and this is what happened after I dreamed of this, because everything is juicy. It's juicy. So now, with beads and everything else, ungafaki ubuhlalo gogo or mkhulu if uyazi ukuthi akakabi ready, because anything ozoyenza, it is a spiritual trigger. It goes back to a video of spiritual triggers, because umwenza lezi zinto lezi, it is spiritual triggers. You cannot be wearing lo buhlalo lobu and ubuwazi ukuthi unabo gogo and continue with life as normal. You need to know ukuthi kuneyikhathi efuze ngizithathe whereby I go ngiyoyenza into ezithile just so I keep in balance up until idlozi lam shows me otherwise, or I am prepared ukuthi ngihambe ngiye kuphehlweni. Then kunama EPIGA and all of these things we need to wear. I think I did speak about EPIGA and all of that, but on this video what I want you to understand is that you are a representation of idlozi, and izinto idlozi ezidlithayo phambi kwakho izinto ofuze ukuthi usebenzise, right? So you go uyozenzisa lezo zinto, not ukuthi uzibeke zihlobise, but to use them. So this spiritual stationery, it applies to you, if you are ready to embark on your journey. Because trust me, if you buy these things and uyazibeka kuba inkinga, because what they do to your life, they put a full stop. Right? They put a full stop to your life, and you won't go forward, you won't go back, you'll just be a constant flat line. So one thing that I would like to emphasize, there is absolutely nothing wrong with getting someone also groomer spiritually that can help you in a spiritual journey. Akusize, but nakhona ukusiza umuntu, abantu basile these days. You never really know a person's true intentions, you know? So it's important nakhona to be patient. Into kakhulu ebulala thina abantu that are gifted, it is patience. Asina snege and esifuna into yenzeka manje. What I can tell you is that izinto zedlozi azina umlingo umagic. Everything in isikhathi sakhona. Imagine 2016. Okay, I sounded old right now. 2016. Ngangiqala experience ubunzima bokuhlushwa idlozi ngisemncane, right? I was very young. I was very, no, what am I? Not 2016. I said 2016. 2010. That's when everything started, right? And I was still very young at that very time. And imagine how many years later ngahamba ngayothwasa, and throughout that period I remember at race I had a corner. I remember this other time I was chilling with my friends and nganginekona mina elinamabhayi elinetawu nelabheli mhlophe namakhandlela. I didn't know how to use lezo zinto lezo. I was like, I have a corner. I was telling people someday ngizoba isangoma, and at that time I was speaking from an idea but not understanding the concept going on around me. So that's how I'm saying for you, Guti, it does not matter when, it does not matter how. The point is you're gonna get there. That's the important part, right? So with these things that's been said, uyahamba izinto lezo uyozithungisa bese ziyahanjiswa ziyohlanjululwa ziyiswe emanzini. Remember, ukisa kwawe emanzini automatically so uthemadlozini. Use me, I am your vessel. And however you lead me to this journey. So sometimes uhluphekiswa ilezinto obathe ube nazo, bathe ube neduku elimhlophe and unalo endlini. That little dugulelo, don't you know that you can pray over someone ngalelo dugulelo? Don't you know that you can pray, uhambe uyothatha into zakho uyokhuleka uyogibela uyokhuleka izinto zenzeke? Don't you know ukuthi ngalelo dugulelo, I'm not saying ukuthi iduku yilo elinamandla. Iduku is just the material. I'm saying what happens mayifike ezandleni zomuntu onamandla. This is a buy. Ibhayi leli gogo. Mara malifike ezandleni zakho. That's the difference. That's what makes you different from everyone. So you are being in a hindrance whereby nisithola ukuthi nixakekile. Idlozi is not saying anything, but Idlozi is saying to you, "Nay equipment, test your powers. Can I get it? Oh my Idlozi. Test your powers. Test Idlozi." I always say, "Oh my Idlozi, test your powers." You never really know. You have the powers to do izinto zenzakala. Nina nilinde ukuyofundiswa amathambo wenkukhu, amathambo we-chicken licken nenandosi. Come on, people. Come on, good people. Come on. The day people realize amandla wamadlozi abo, I think that is the day kuzovalwa amaphehlo. Drops mpepho. I think once people realize their power, because now it's just a matter of going to scream at someone, and then you know, once people realize the power they have, because you carrying amadlozi or your spiritual gift, yizinto deep and ezibalulekile gogo and imfihlo zakini. And the question I honestly dread is the part of, what is my gift? Abo gogo bathini bathimele ngenzeni? You never ever ask leyo gift leyo ngaphandle kwedlozi lakho, because into nento yimfihlo. Inkinga yenu, you go and consult and you have that question, what is my gift? Yinto esuke imosha leyo. You never really know what your gift is until you are, you know what? The first time you help someone, you feel the hairs at the back of your neck stand up and you're like, no, that is something. I always say, ngiyisangoma, because ngahamba ngayo twice. Mara, umsebenzi owedlozi lami awukho ebungomeni. Angisho mayisangoma futhi benamathamba. Anginawo amathambo. I don't own amathambo mina. So lokho ngathwasa ngaba unkomo yahlaba, anginalo ithambo. Bazama ukungifundisa ephehlweni, balibhekisa le ithambo bathi leli malithi lathi Idlozi hayi ngowami umntwana. Thambo lani? Sifuna ithambo thina. Sihlala ngecaviar. You know, but my point is, don't box your spiritual gifts. Don't box yourself. Don't box who you are. So lezinto lezo ozithengayo amabhayi lezo gogo no ukuthi ukhuluma nedlozini. And I think on my next video into esizama ukuthi sikhulume ngayo indaba yokuthi what then you have these things, because nakhona uhlala kuphi. That's important. You cannot ubenze lezinto lezi uhlala emqashweni boyfriendini. You understand? Where else mhlawumbe kungcono if you have your own space. But if usemqashweni emzini wabantu ejardi kunabantu abahlala emajardini wabantu, you understand? Uzoba nekona kanjani ukhuluma namadlozi wakho uhlele ejardini labantu, uhlele couple boyfriend or uhlele boyfriendini unekona. Baby girl, ezinye izinto ziyastressana, you know? And nakhona enye into that we need to look at is our support systems from our homes and our societies and everything else. So that's why I'm saying that I am taking us back to the beginnings on the basics of spiritual journey, so that you do not feel alone and you understand that ugogo understands where I'm coming from, and know that into nento ine steps akhona. You feel me? And don't feel dismayed or ulahli themba because of izinto they're not happening the way you want them to happen. Because it's not about you at the end of the day. It's about your Idlozi at the end of the day. Because now you need to be able to listen. Because Idlozi, noma ubusaqedile ukuthwasa gogo, Idlozi likufaka ku trial. Mina ngatrial like good 2 years. 2 years going on 3. Ngatriala Idlozi lingitesta ukuthi am I really serious ngale nto lena engiyenzayo. 3 New Year's Eve I would spend them ngihlezi endumbeni ngikhala. You know, praying for better days. Better day. What is a better day? Praying for that, because idlozi would test you ukuthi are you indeed for real. Kuyaphela igubhu gogo, kuphela amantshomane, kuphele ukuhlala ezangomeni, kuphela isavana gogo, ubhema isniff size siphume ngasemhlane. You know what? Idlozi will literally likubonise ukuthi you will listen to me because I called you for it. And lesipho sikulethele sona, it's not for you to abuse. And awuzibizanga sikubizile. So into nento yakhona, it is very deep. That's how I'm saying that if awunasineke and you're not patient, hlale ekhaya gogo, ubukele uzalo gogo, ubukele uzalo gogo, ungasazihluphi, because they're not talking about ukuthwasa kuphela. Yay! Shittings! Like it is hectic. It is hectic. So that's how I'm saying that into nento idinga isineke sakhona, because uzobekezela ekuthwaseni, ubekezele noma ubuye ekuthwaseni izinto zibhede ngidlula kunakuqala ubone ngathi idlozi likufulathele kanti no. That's why you need to hold on. Like kunzima nangaphandle. So I hope mhlambe I made some sense to someone, you know, with all of these things that I did try to reiterate, especially about amalapi and stuff. Don't attempt, it's like a trap. It was like is always with you gogo, uzala une gift. So now what happens is that from impilo yakho every day it will come and show abanye benu senaqeda ukuthwasa, senathola yonke into niqukile niqedile, but awunangisho nento eyi1. And you're asking yourself, why life yami better? Why idlozi lingangikhombi ukuthi ngiphi? Lesikhathi bekufuza ulalele ubuwenzani. Now is the time ukuthi usukume uyoshweleze kule dlozi lakho. If awulazi ithuna lakho ugogo noma umkhulu, zama ngazinye indlela mntana ethonga. Utholisise ushweleze edlozini iqale on a clean slate, because idlozi laboreka gogo. Laboreka. Uzothi uyalifuna la solifuna khona likudlozication lise Monaco. Oh gosh, I love Monaco. Listen, Monaco, lihleli lapho. Lihleli liya socialize namanye ama ancestors wangale. And then when yakwata, bese uyaqala wenza into ezirong, so uyasiloya. So don't do that. I'm not perfection. And my journey was neither perfect either. And I was not always obedient. But I'm here today to preach so that you do not fall in the same potholes that I